No fun dip.
I don't no.
Whatever that is, we are not talking about it.
Well, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And welcome to It Is Kind of a Gray Area.
Welcome back, folks. The show for both living and dead people. Not a lot of people know this, but the majority of the people who watch our show are not alive.
Well, we are killing it.
Right. None of that's true or makes sense. What we're talking about today is a shade known as, should we digitally add dead actors into new movies?
That is exactly what it's known as.
Yeah.
I mean, culturally, that's what we all know it as.
Yeah, all over the world, that's what it's referred to as.
Is everyone lost yet?
Right. No, but so that's what we're talking about today, is the technology is getting here, especially with, like, you guys have probably seen a lot of the Deepfake videos where you can take, like, a painting or a picture and bring it to life and make it move around and talk and do stuff.
Yeah, drugs.
Yes. But yeah, like, the technology is getting to the point now where we could take footage or images of old actors, like famous, really good actors, and add them into new movies. Like, we could take Jimmy Stewart and put him in the next Jurassic Park.
Oh, yes.
The technology exists to do that, but should we do that?
I would actually love to see Jimmy Stewart stuttering as he's trying to talk down a velociraptor from eating him.
I just figured he would play a velociraptor.
Oh, heck yes.
Like, not in costume. He would just be dressed like Jimmy Stewart, but running around in a pack with the velociraptors.
A pack of Jimmy Stewarts.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, they're flocking this way.
You know what? Screw Jurassic Park. It's now Jimmy Stewart Park. A whole park of Jimmy Stewart.
Oh my gosh, this show got off track super quick. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's kind of dive into this.
Okay.
So, I feel like this is not a great idea because I don't want new movies to limit actors by using or incorporating mainly dead actors, or even just, like, if they have footage they have the rights to, that they can then use still alive actors, but, like, digitally recreate them to be in something, and it's all legal because you owned the footage you used for it. But, like, it gets into that weird area. The biggest thing here is, like, if we're casting Jimmy Stewart in Jurassic Park, then that means that Chris Pratt never gets to be in Jurassic Park because they've decided not to hold auditions because they already have this great actor they want to use.
Yeah, interesting enough, Chris Pratt was never in Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
Fair point. I did mess that up. And you know what? Who doesn't love someone that pedantically corrects other people about the way they use words?
About the way their words are used. Oh, I'm the a-hole.
Yes.
No, yes, I am. No, that's totally fair point. Totally fair point. And I think what you're basically saying is we're taking jobs away from current actors to give them to pixels.
Yes. Big studios like Marvel or like Amazon Prime, Netflix, those companies, anything backed by Disney, they're going to have the kind of money to drop on this.
Yeah.
Independent filmmakers will not, and smaller production companies will not. So I think maybe what could strangely happen is we end up with, like, a film renaissance where production companies focusing on money, can't fault them for that, it is a business.
Yeah.
But I think if you get so hyper-focused on that, where they're like, this is great, we never have to hire an actor again. We can recycle the same stuff and take the greatest actors of all time, and we'll just put them into things which are already remakes of other movies, and you've just got dead people playing in already done movies, just endlessly recycled and remade, to the point where everyone's like, I'm not going to go to the theaters. Like, I'm really sick of watching the same exact thing done again and again. And then indie films that can't afford to do that will then become the forefront of the film industry because they're full of fresh ideas and new interesting actors that people want to see. Think about what we do here at IKAGA Studios.
Yeah.
We don't have a massive budget. This is just us doing something we're passionate about and working our hardest on it to make it into something.
Yeah, it's called a passion project.
Yeah, and because we've mentioned before how it's kind of fun having to be in these creative boxes because then you have to innovate. Like, if we want to make a sketch with, like, a dinosaur and a human-sized egg, we have to make those costumes. We have to figure out how to make that realistic and how to shoot it in a way that we can pull it off as something that makes sense. But if we had money, it would just be an instant thing of, like, all right, we'll just get a CGI egg and a CGI that. Don't need to think about it anymore. Let's move on. And you lose a little bit of the artistry and a little bit of the passion that goes into something when you can solve all of your problems with money.
Yeah, and the fun.
Yeah.
Let's backtrack this entire episode to the main shade of, should we do this? Should we use deceased actors and actresses in movies now using the deepfake? I think it's okay. I mean, I think it'd be kind of hard with like loved ones or like people that are close or like their kids.
Right.
You know, seeing them playing a part like now that it's not really them. That might be weird.
Yeah.
But, you know, in general, as a viewer, you know, TV's for entertainment. You know, I hate to push that aside, the whole personal feelings thing. But I think it's worth it. I think we should do it fairly, but I do.
I'm reluctant towards this. Generally, my whole life philosophy kind of revolves around the idea of genuineness and realness as much as we can perceive it. This would innovate in some ways, but I also think that at the end of the day, it might just kind of make it way too hard for an up-and-coming actor to get parts when it is already insanely hard for an up-and-coming actor to get parts.
Yeah.
If you're competing against living and breathing actors, and let's say this is not like someone they're looking for a known name. They need like a supporting character in a sitcom, and they want to use someone no one's ever seen before. You're already competing against thousands of other people who look exactly like you. So if they can just pick whoever they want out of all of history and make that person the actor, it's game over for humans.
Yeah.
Not as bad as in game over when robots take over, but yeah, I think this is too dangerous towards innovation, because we're going to be held up on thinking that someone was the best of all time instead of looking for someone who can maybe improve upon what they did. Like maybe someone watches every Jimmy Stewart movie ever made, and then they synthesize that, and then they go out and they can now outperform Jimmy Stewart in his own roles if they reshoot that movie. I'm willing to risk that, so I'm going to say no, we shouldn't do this.
Okay.
I will say, though, for the sake of this show,
okay,
if I die and you want to keep going, you can digitally recreate me for this, because there's not another one of me.
You know what? You can't duplicate this, ladies and gentlemen.
I was going to say something, and then I kind of lost it. So
see, and if you were fake, it would have came up with some BS response
that would have been funny and good.
But I was like, that's not real Carter. Real Carter would have been speechless.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So I am for them doing it. You are against them doing it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Boom. All right. So you should do it. The universe thinks you should do it. It's okay, and you know, even though it might be weird for some people, I think the universe wants to see some dead people come back in entertainment. And
full disclosure, we lost the first footage of this episode, so that's the second time the universe decided that. It's actually pretty set in stone.
Yeah. So, Carter, speaking of death and the end of our lives, and yours, I have today's Would You Rather.
Yours is in, like, our audience?
Yeah, we're all dying. You guys don't know that? Get with the times, people.
Right.
All right, so would you rather, ladies, gentlemen, dogs, cats, Carter, and other pets,
Sorry, is that comma Carter and other pets, or Carter, comma and other pets?
Who's the a-hole now?
I'm trying to figure out if you consider me an animal.
Would you rather, you don't need to know what I think, would you rather lay in a coffin with a corpse for 1 hour?
A dead corpse?
Yes. Or have to hold the organs during an autopsy the entire time. No gloves.
Oh, boy.
You're just holding them.
Oh, boy.
Squishy, squishy.
That's unnecessary.
That's the sound they make. So you're in a coffin for 1 hour with a corpse, or you're holding multiple organs throughout the entire autopsy. Let's say the autopsy's 4 hours. Mine are usually about an hour and a half, but let's say 4 hours for unexperienced.
Okay. One thing I need to clarify that's very important here. With the corpse, is this butt to butt, face to face?
You can spoon it however you want.
Stacked on top?
You can stackable or fun dip it. I mean, it's whatever you want.
Sorry, what's the fun dip one? What does that mean?
Because I'm not entirely clear. I was thinking more like I don't know. I couldn't think of a spooning analogy.
Oh, for candy.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You can either spoon it or stackable. Or stack on it. I don't know.
Fun death.
I don't
Whatever that is, we are not talking about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm crying. Okay.
Gosh. Okay.
So you can either spoon it or stack it. Lay underneath for warmth if it's cold.
I don't think a dead body will keep you warm.
Probably not.
Unless you crawl inside it like a tauntaun.
You're just, you're just in the coffin, closed coffin with it, but you can breathe fine.
Okay.
For 1 hour, or hoarding the organs for, let's say, 4.
This is tough. Like, do I want to hold dead body parts in my hands ungloved? With gloves is already bad. I think I'm going to take the organs.
Really?
I think I'm going to hold the organs. Let me say it that way.
Okay.
It's like, their hand, you're like, there's the heart. You're like, and we keep these? Or, oh, the tray. Right. I knew that.
Sorry.
But we get like one of them to take home, right?
Right. It's a souvenir.
Yeah.
It's like the towel at the hotel.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Just grab one.
Yeah. Man.
So you go with the organs.
I think I have to. I don't think I can choose the corpse.
Well, all right. I gotta weigh this real quick. So with the corpse, as long as they don't breathe on my neck, which they're dead, so they shouldn't. But what if you get that last exhale
Death
while you're
rattle.
in there? Yeah, the death roll. But you're just in there 20 minutes in and you just feel this. I would squeal like a little girl and then pee my pants like a little girl if that happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, I challenge any grown man or anyone to not pee their pants and squeal like a little girl.
In a coffin.
In a coffin. Right now. Go.
You think it's so easy not to pee your pants? I like to see you try.
I'm doing it right now. Unrelated. But no. Okay, so I would have to go with the organs too, because I think being in the coffin is too much. I don't like enclosed spaces, guys.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Just like you hate small snakes or snakes of any kind and heights of any heights. I hate enclosed spaces.
So today we found out that the universe really thinks we should digitally insert dead actors into new movies.
Yep.
So we have to live with the consequences. The universe told us to.
Mm-hmm. And that we would both rather hold organs than be stuffed in a coffin with a dead body for an hour.
Yes.
Which I think makes us normal.
As normal as one could hope to be coming out of that decision.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
And speaking of decisions, we've made a lot of really hard decisions in past Would You Rathers and past Shades. So a lot of good conversations to go check out. Go ahead and give it a look. You might like what you see.
Yep, but before you click over on those, remember to comment, like, and subscribe on this video so you don't miss out on future videos.
Yep, and remember, the show must go on.
Ring the notification bell.
Break a leg. Not yours, but someone's.
No, that's smart. And remember, if you can't find it on Netflix, probably it's not worth watching.
Yeah.
And as always,
IKAGA.
Yeah!